gorilla stomping in a zoo. Check the vocals, animals gather right.
Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. This video is going to be a little bit different than our typical, DIY project building, gardening, round the land type of stuff. This is actually going to be geared towards the automotive crowd, but it's still going to maintain that theme of DIY and money savings by doing your own work, or at least doing your own investigative work. And the reason I say that is because obviously I'm here in my truck today. This is a 2004 GMC Sierra 1500 SLE trim. And unfortunately, for probably almost the past year, I've had a check engine light and I haven't diagnosed it. I've had a check engine light in this truck once before, and I had it scanned at a garage, and it was a complimentary scan, thankfully. And it was something to do with the evap system. Alright, so some sensor in the evap system was detecting a gas leak, I guess. And apparently it's very common for these old trucks to get that evap system leak and throw a code as a result. So anyways, the guy at the garage explained that to me, said it's not a big deal, and he cleared the code and it was gone for a while. Anyways, it came back. And it's been back. Now, just the other day, last week, the starter went in the truck. So I had the truck brought into the garage. They replaced the starter. Anyways, it's working great ever since. All right, she doesn't start. There's no hesitancy or anything there anymore. It's just a beautiful start now. So that fixed a lot of the problems. But, big but, the check engine light has evolved. The check engine light now has evolved into a flashing check engine light. And anything I search online about GMC and flashing check engine light is pretty much alluding to a potential misfire, and it needs to be serviced immediately. Alright, so it doesn't cause irreparable damage. Anyways, that has lit a fire underneath me to get this video made about this device right here. Alright, this is a BlueDriver Pro Scan tool. This is another Amazon special. Okay, it's one of those Amazon choices when you search for ODB scan tool. Alright, at home Bluetooth ODB scan tool. And I've had this for almost a year, and I just never got around to making this video and using it because the truck was fine despite having a check engine light. But now that we have the evolved next level flashing check engine light, it's time to get this puppy opened up and figure it out. So we're going to be doing a pretty much unboxing, setup, use, and overall review, I guess. So that's what this video is going to be today. So here we go. Unboxing of the BlueDriver Pro Scan tool. And that's good for Bluetooth, Android, iOS, all that good stuff. So I'll get the camera set up, we'll do an unboxing, and try to figure this out together, how exactly it works. Alright, so let's get going. Let's get started with the unboxing first. One thing I needed to point out though is that during the intro there, I kept referring to this as an ODB scan tool. Anyways, my lack of automotive knowledge is showing through there. It's actually an OBD. So if you're searching on Amazon for an OBD scanner, this is what it refers to. And OBD stands for onboard diagnostics. So that's your onboard computer monitoring systems, and if anything out of the ordinary happens, it'll throw a code and give you that lovely check engine light that you then go in and interrogate the computer and figure out exactly what code was thrown to show which system was affected. So this is pretty much what we're going to be doing. We just want to read the codes. If it's simple codes like the evap system I mentioned, something like that, I got no problem with clearing that code and going forward. But I'm kind of thinking this might be a more involved code this time around. So without further ado, let's get this opened up. Alright, pretty simplistic box here, nothing special or out of the ordinary. Simple little flip open lid here. And a little pull out insert. Okay, that's empty. There, so we have a little sticker on the roof of this inside insert box, and now we have BlueDriver. To get started, download the BlueDriver app. So obviously that's the first thing they want us to do. I'm just going to delay that for a second just to see what else is inside. Your user manual is in the app. They have a 24/7 customer support number and their website. And that's it for what's in the box. Here is the actual Bluetooth module, the OBD scanner itself, and this will hook up to your phone via the app and Bluetooth. Alright, so now that we have that unboxed, let's get to the app itself and get that installed on my phone. In order to get the app on your phone, I'm using Android, so I'm going to open up the Play Store and I will search in for BlueDriver. So I filled in, see if I can show you here, BlueDriver, and the first result there is the BlueDriver OBD2 scan tool. So I will get that app and install. Okay, so I'll get that installed and be right back with an open app. So now that the app is installed, we have the open option, which I will use. You see the BlueDriver opening up here. Alright, so I'm just going to turn this towards me a little bit here now and read off what it says. So welcome to BlueDriver. To ensure a seamless and professional experience, this app is designed to work exclusively with your BlueDriver OBD2 sensor. Don't have a sensor? You can either buy it or say not now. So I will say not now. Can use the location services for nearby sensors. Instead, if you wish, you can pair a sensor into Bluetooth settings of your phone. Okay. And sure, you can see my location. At this point in time, the notification on the screen says no devices have been paired, and you can scan. But before I do, I just want to point out that the module here, as of this point, is not plugged into anything. There's no power light. I see an LED light up here. So it's not plugged in, there's no on or off switch, and there's no area, from what I can see, to put in batteries. So I'm thinking that in order to pair with this, it's probably going to have to be plugged into the OBD port in the truck in order to, at the very least, supply this with power. Alright, so let's assume that I'm right, and let's find the OBD port on this truck, get this plugged in, so it has some power, and then we'll see if we can match that up with our Bluetooth. Also, to take this a little bit further, alright, we got our little get started brochure or insert. If we open this up, we kind of get a little step-by-step how-to. Alright, and so this should help us out. Starting over on this end, start vehicle ignition, plug in the sensor, and then you got Apple goes up, Android goes down. So I'm going to be doing the Android. So it says launch the app, enable Bluetooth if requested, press connect, allow location services, and press scan for sensors. Then select the BlueDriver and pair it. So let's get to doing that part. At this point in time, you're now looking at the driver side floor area, and if you look right up here, there is the OBD port. Okay, so I'm just going to follow the directions now and turn the ignition to accessory. I'm not going to turn it all the way on, just to get some power going here. Okay, key is forward, not to the point of starting, but just one click back. I'm going to take my Bluetooth sensor and plug it in to the OBD, and right away we get a blue light on the OBD. So now that that's in there, I'm going to get back in the truck and let's see if we can pair this. Actually, before I do, I'm just going to bring my app down, press connect, scan. There we go. The BlueDriver comes up. So we'll select that. Connecting to sensor. We got flashing blue lights on the OBD sensor. And it looks like we are connected. Alright, so for the next part, I'm going to get in the truck like I said I was going to, and try to get you a good view of my screen, and we'll see what we see. Continuing on, so now we have our sensor plugged in, ignition is forward, we're connected, so I'm just going to click on read codes. And we get a pop-up that says, warning, this vehicle requires an update of the sensor firmware to provide the best possible results. Please update the sensor using Update Sensor Firmware found under the More tab. Alright, so we'll go back. And let's see where More is. More is down here, 3 dots. Update Sensor. Check for updates. An update is available. And I'm going to click on Update. Please do not unplug the sensor. And we'll come right back when this is finished updating. Here we are at 92% and counting. You can kind of tell by the speed of the percentages going up that this probably took in between probably 2 and 3 minutes to update firmware to this point. And here we go, sensor updates complete. Connection lost. So it refound it. Connecting to it. Alright, so we are currently updated to version 2.6. And I think before we started it was like version 2.39, somewhere around there. So now, go back to Scan Tool, Read Codes. Now, read trouble codes from Check Engine Light, which is the fastest, it says. CEL codes only. Common dash lights, fast. Systems with dashboard indicators, such as ABS, SRS, etc. All modules, comprehensive, HVAC, stereo, etc. So we got a check engine light. I'm just going to go straight to that. And it says scanning. 2 codes found. Input your odometer reading. Let's see if I can get that. And the odometer on this truck is 165,461 kilometers. Continue. So we have 2 pending codes. We have cylinder 7 misfire detected, and we have an evap system leak detected, and in brackets, small leak. So, the evap, pro tip, tap the share button in the top right of each view to share or save your data. Alright, good enough. Before using the BlueDriver repair database, you must read and agree with the end user license agreement. I'll just go back on that. I don't want to clear that code. Afraid it would clear the cylinder 7 misfire one. If I click on the cylinder 7, it kind of gives me the same deal. I'll accept that. Retrieving report. So cylinder 7 misfire detected. This code is very rare on a 2004 GMC Sierra. 5 top reported fixes. Replaced spark plug wire. Replaced fuel injector. Replaced oxygen sensor. Replaced direct ignition coil. And replaced spark plug. 3 frequently reported fixes. Cleaned fuel injector. Replaced EGR valve, and replaced fuel filter. So wow, this app is really good for giving you suggested fixes, and it actually gives you a video here of diagnosing misfires. Right on. So that's about it for that. So we know we have a misfire code on cylinder 7. And the evap system leak, that's something that we're just kind of ignoring at this point in time. Could be something just rusty with a small little leak. And there you have it. So we have read the codes. We know what they are. We know pretty much what's going to be involved at the garage. We know that what we're bringing it in for, what the check engine light means, and especially that flashing check engine light definitely showed us a misfire detected. So since we don't know exactly what it is, we could have a look or have the garage look at it. And that's for me to decide off camera. But as for right now, as far as this app is concerned for reading codes, awesome. Absolutely great. I'm iffy about clicking on clear codes. I would think it would give me a confirmation, but like when I read, it kind of gives me options. So I'm wondering if I go under clear. Okay. So you can clear pending and confirm codes only. You can clear enhanced codes only, or you can clear all codes. So I'm going to cancel that, and we'll leave the 2 codes in there as is. Continue. Alright, so our codes are still in there, no problem. We'll probably let the garage fix this, because I got enough going on other than digging into spark plug wires and fuel injectors in this thing. Well, there you have it. We have successfully unboxed, set up, used, and now reviewing the BlueDriver Pro Scan tool from Amazon. It is an OBD vehicle code scanning utility, and I think in the long run, if you got one on hand yourself and maybe a friend needs it or you need it yourself, you can quickly cover the cost of this scan tool with only probably 3 or 4 scans. All right, if you would go to a garage, these typically cost $20 to $30 just for a scan, for them to tell you what the code is on your check engine light. So if you can do that yourself in the comfort of your own driveway, at least you're that much further ahead at knowing what to expect, and you can kind of plan it out if you're going to actually take your vehicle to the garage sooner than later. So I find that a very, very useful feature of this, that you kind of get ahead of the game, get an idea what you're dealing with, and you can start to use your decision-making skills at that point in time to decide when you go to the garage with your vehicle. Alright, so for such a compact little module, it does a wonderful job. Works with pretty much any phone, I would think, Android or iOS. And I think it did its job nicely. I'm very impressed. I'm glad that I know the codes before I bring the truck into the garage. And, you know, it kind of takes that mystery out of it, you know. So I would, I'd have to give this a good pass. I'd have to say I recommend it. It's a great tool to have on hand. If you're either bit handy at all, you can use this. All right, it was simple to set up. It was, you know, follow the prompts, easy peasy. I'd say probably the hardest of all of this would be locating your OBD connection port. Usually it's on the driver's side, but it could also be underneath the glove box on the passenger side or elsewhere, depending on your make and model of vehicle. Alright, at this point in time, I am rambling. You know full well I approve of the product. I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad that we used it today. It was easy to set up. It was easy to use. And I think you should have one. If it's within the realm of what you're looking to do. And if you're watching this video right now, you're probably looking at buying one. So I would tell you, it's good. It's good. It's good. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, ring the notification bell, and leave me a comment down below. Our channel has lots of different content on there. You might find something else you enjoy that we've posted, and every little bit of interaction you have with our channel helps it to grow and for us to progress here. So with all that said, hope you're happy, hope you're healthy, take care of each other, and peace out.